Yes, my people. I try to bring it, people. I seek, I search out, I find, I beg, I plead, I slide in DMs, I do all kinds of things to find people to bring to y'all. And I got my man here. Listen, Samoa Joe, my brother, what's going on?
Oh, doing well, doing well. How about yourselves?
Hanging in, hanging
Good,
tough,
good.
hanging tough. Want to get down to brass tacks real quick, rapid fire questions just to get you loose, man. Just get you running the ropes a little bit. Listen, all right, Samoa Joe, listen, our Samoans thick, man. Y'all just thick. Y'all always thick, man. Is that how it goes, man?
Yeah, pretty much. You got to understand, it's a small island, really high winds. We get some crazy weather out there. You got to be able to stay anchored to the ground real well. So, it helps out. It's a natural adaptation.
I've never heard that.
But listen, he just gave you a response. Listen, also that everything that people always try to say, but I don't necessarily believe it, but sometimes it has validity. Are all Samoans related?
No, absolutely not. It's a common misconception, and it's one that we purposely perpetrate just to make sure y'all think, we're connected and stuff. It's I mean, really, if you try hard enough, if you get a couple aunties together, they'll figure it out. I mean, that's one thing we do know. But yeah, it's for the most part, yeah, no, that's kind of a little falsehood. We've been,
I love it.
We've been doing it for a minute,
Filipinos, we're
yeah,
we're all
the
related
Filipino over here, like that's like the ongoing joke. Like anytime.
She knows, it's a Pacific Ocean thing. Sometimes you gotta let them know. If you're from a small island, sometimes you gotta let them know we got a lot of people on that island. We all have the same mind.
It's true. Anytime, like seriously, anytime we'll be out somewhere, and my wife be a Filipino lady. I was like, yo, that's your cousin right there. She's like, shut the hell up.
It's horrible.
I've been doing that for like 20 years. I've been doing that since like 2000.
She's just mad because you're right half the time.
I said, why you getting so mad? Just because I picked out one of your people. Listen, listen, can all Samoans wrestle? Can y'all all wrestle? All y'all do collar and elbow? Because everyone was like, damn, all y'all just really good.
All Filipinos can sing karaoke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And have strong opinions about karaoke too, by the way.
Exactly.
I have been in a few of those fights, which I thought weren't a thing until I saw them. No, I know we're pretty good at roughhousing. I think that's the best way to put it. A lot of us usually have pretty athletic backgrounds, just kind of by default. It's very much emphasized that you get off your ass and you work at something at some point. So I mean, I think there's a prelucivity to being more athletic, and I think we've been lucky, I guess.
on a serious note, I'm teasing, but on a serious note, do you think part of that is, as far as the athletics, is it for lack of opportunity? Is it a passion? Do you guys have other things that other people don't know about? Because typically all you see people talk about is you guys with football and you guys with the wrestling. But is there anything else that try to get you guys off that island, or is it just lack of opportunities?
It's tough, and it's hard to say lack of opportunity because just, Samoa is so remotely located in the Pacific Ocean. Like, really is one of the more remote Pacific islands that, it's just, not a lot of civilization gets out there. There's, very much kind of a very old society that's still, populates much of the island, and, change is slow. So, aside from the United States, I mean, there's several Samoans that, populate New Zealand, do well over there in rugby, and the Australian Rules Football League, and it's just, I think athletics in general is just kind of something that's always kind of sought after in the culture, and is made a lot to do about it. Obviously, we can't be the warriors that we once were. So rugby, football, wrestling, they all make wonderful surrogates for a lot of young Samoans. So I think that's the biggest thing. It really, I don't say it's more they're playing because of necessarily they're trying to get off the island or it's lack of opportunity. I mean, some people, they really, really enjoy the island life in the simpler style. I mean, I know several Samoans who are incredible rugby players, and the minute their career was done in New Zealand, they went straight back home. So,
wow.
I think it's just a passion. It's just you find something you love to do, and it's athletic and it's physical and it's fun, and you're good at it. And I think most Samoan athletes pursue it more from that than trying to like escape the island.
Yeah, I like that you said that because that's why I asked the question because that's always the perception, you know. And I don't like perception when I can talk to the horse's mouth because everyone always act like you guys are like trying to like raft like boats to leave the island. You know what I mean? Y'all can't, you know what I mean?
And I think there's just a really large recognition that there's greater opportunity, you know, for young Samoans, you know, maybe outside of Samoa, but you know, like I said, I know several who. You know, very much, you know, want to, you know, make their bones in the world and then at some point return to the island. So, yeah, it's very much a more nuanced question than I think a lot of people would expect.
Max,
I was saying, I love that you reference them as warriors because now every time if I see any Samoan on the football field or I'll be like, they're warrior. I just like I'm not gonna be able to unsee it now.
You know, they gave us those legal means to kind of you know, embrace that need and that urge. So.
I love it.
Man, this is way off. Have you ever seen like a Samoan? This is my thing. This is my personal hang up. This is my personal belief. Have you ever seen a Samoan lose to like a non-Samoan? You know what I mean? Is that possible? Like in a fight?
I mean, you know, you see a lot of things, man. You know, you know, you hang around enough, you're gonna see it happen, but it's not, not often, but you know, when it does happen, you know, he hears about it.
Yo, it's crazy. Listen, AEW Collision, my brother got the new show. It's on a Saturday, new opportunities to do what you do best. People out there saying, you know, Saturday shows can't last. Nobody watches Saturday wrestling shows. There's a whole bunch of hoopla out there. You just talked to me about the new opportunity to have a brand new show. Because to me, it's always exciting to get some new wrestling.
Yes, I mean, obviously, you know, it's exciting to kind of add another show to the lineup for AEW. You know, doing Saturday Night Wrestling. I mean, obviously, you know, if the TV model was anything like it has been in the past, you know, I would kind of believe some of those comments. But you know, it's a very different world and a very different environment. And you know, I think Saturday nights are a really great night. I mean, I've always enjoyed events that I've seen on Saturday nights. So. You know, to have the opportunity to kind of give a lot of the AEW roster who maybe doesn't get enough time throughout the week and kind of, you know, showcase a lot of the talent that we've had. And I think that's kind of you know, a valid criticism where, you know, when you look at the AEW roster and you look up and down that roster and you see, you know, the tremendous talent athletes, you know, there's almost not enough time to see them all. And I think AEW Collision will be able to, you know, definitely expand the fan experience as far as, you know, the wrestlers that you get to see every week.
Do you feel like a roster can be too overblown? Do you feel you've been in so many different locker rooms all across the world? Do you feel they can be overblown when people don't get opportunities? Is opportunities usually a thing? Does more shows create more opportunities, or do you think it's just hard to get on television and then show out?
You know, more shows create more opportunity, absolutely. And you know, I think this is definitely an example of that. You know, I think you know, for years, you know, people have been saying they wanted to see more and different talents on AEW and have some talents have more of a chance to be showcased in a longer format. And I think, you know, Collision is going to definitely offer up those opportunities, as well as, you know, bringing your favorite AEW stars to your house one more night a week.
Who's that? Be any information you can give us? Anybody from Chicago? Any?
I know I'm gonna be there. You know, anybody else in Chicago want to show got an issue, man, you know, they can be there too, but we're gonna find out.
Yeah, so big man, you always hear about, you know, different things online, you know what I mean? And to me, you know, the internet is the best and the worst invention of all time, especially the advent of social media and things like that. So it kind of gets me thinking about what people and we already know the wrestling community typically is vocal online, even though to me I think it's like a microcosm of like the broader audience, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're a loud minority is what I like to say. But what don't they know about what goes on in AEW? Because everyone always acts like that place is burning down, and I don't believe that's the case. But what is something that these dirt sheets are not getting right, brother?
A lot of it. You know, really, I think you know, the dirt sheet thing I've kind of gotten over, and because I just realized kind of the whole nature of what it is and what they're looking for. And you know, these guys can get 3 different stories and they're gonna go with the one that kind of sounds the most juicy, you know. So and honestly too, like I always say this, like there's a difference between like kind of on site, you know, reporting and knowing what's up and kind of being in the know, and then getting fed stuff. You know, a lot of stuff that gets out there, and I say this all the time, man. It's like, you know, nobody feeds information without a little bit of, you know, innuendo on the top of it. You know, so my thing is this. It's like all that stuff, if it takes away from the fan experience, it's not important to like fans showing up to the show, having a good time, you know?
Right.
Exactly.
I don't really care about it, man. Like I don't like, you know, like all of this. And it's people get mind boggled. What do you mean you don't care? And to me, it's like, it has nothing to do with me going out there and putting some smiles on people's faces or people having fun and cheering. So
I mean, that goes back to high school, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
where like you know, people talking behind your back. I'm like, who cares if you know what you're, you know.
I mean, really, at the end of the day, I mean, there's always going to be issues. There's always going to be people saying stuff, and
Right.
there's always going to be problems.
Right.
And I mean, cool. You know, that's not my focus. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to go out there, you know, wrestle my ass off, have some fans, have a good time, and we all go home happy, and you know, maybe somewhere down the line high five about it. But you know, other than that, I mean, I don't care. I really don't. Like, what I care is what happens in that ring when you know, whoever shows up night of show and is in front of me. That's what I care about, because that's what I'm dealing with. And you know, all the other stuff is extraneous. It's silly. And for really, you know, to get back to your original question, you know, what most people don't know, that is the general consensus of how everybody feels in AEW. You know, they're not focused on that. You know, you may be focused on that because that's the fun thing to fight about online. But everybody at AEW is focused on trying to put out a good show and trying to entertain you, trying to be better at what they do so they can go out there and make you happy. So
I don't like looking at the dirt sheets because I like having a good time at the show.
Yeah, you know, listen, I'm over even like marrying them and being hot about them and anger. You know, there's some people who really enjoy that, you know, like, and there's some people who really dig that, and that's fine, you know. But at the same time, to engage in it, to really start doing all these weird back and forths, and the fact that we have people who have never taken a bump becoming personalities and influential in my industry, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't, you know, because if I thought it was, you know, coming from a place of, you know, the best intentions, I'd be a little bit more accepting to it, but it's not. I mean, they're a business too, and I get it. And everybody trying to make their money and their little deal, and that's fine, and I get it. But at the end of the day, this is my industry, and you know, my industry, how I handle it and how, you know, I deal with stuff is very different, and it's not meant for public consumption. Not because it's hidden or scary or shady or shifty. It's because you don't need to see how the sausage is made. You just need to show up and have a good meal.
Wow,
and that's what I'm really, really worried about.
Well, yeah, that everything you said, I actually believe as far as what I try to do, and it's always hard for me to put on a show like this when I'm just trying to talk about wrestling, because the only thing that moves the needle is negative stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. No, and it does.
I gotta bring Samoa Joe on here. If I bring Samoa Joe in, I gotta come on here and I gotta get him to talk about CM Punk. I gotta get him to shit on Tony Khan. I gotta get him to talk about everybody. I gotta get him to talk about The Rock, Roman Reigns. That's what I gotta do to get them these clicks.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me to take serious somebody whining who's in my position. You know, I got a great career. I got fans that are awesome, that, you know, that show out, that have been with me for this many years. For me to sit here and be hot about that or have an issue with that, I mean, that's not what I'm doing this for, man. I mean, and people have their beefs and their issues, and you know, and sometimes they're righteous, sometimes they're not. That's not for me to decide. All I know is that's not my focus, and that's not the focus of most of the entertainers that are in this industry. They just want to go out there, turn out, have a great show, and have fans go, man, I had a blast, and I can't wait to go again. I mean, that's universal across the industry. I mean, that's really been my focus. It's not like, oh, this rah-rah speech, so you don't have to avoid, you know, saying something controversial. Here's some controversial. I didn't care about any of it. I didn't care about a damn bit. When I heard it the next day, I went, and I went about my day, because I don't got nothing to do with me. Why is everybody else's like really, like, you know, if there's beef and there's business and they're hot and they got issues, let them have issues. You know, that's between two grown folks over there that can do what they want to do, and that's fine. But you know, I don't know. I've always been weird about people who always want to side bust and get in on things and have an opinion about things. Like, damn, you really don't know what happened. Nobody does. Only the people that were there. So chill out, man. You know.
That's what I said when I talk to my wife about. I only talk to my wife about like how I really think about stuff. You know what I mean? So we
only give a tidbit.
Yeah, so she knows me. She knows me. I'm like, baby, what the hell? Man, nobody know what the hell going on.
Only speculation.
Go ahead, baby.
Well, you know, let's talk about entertaining. You know, switch gears a little bit.
Switch it up
to Twisted Metal, because that's exciting. And
for me, I ain't even him.
I know. Like, how did that happen? I mean, it's probably out there. I don't care.
I'll tell you. So there's a guy that I met years ago, just, you know, kind of a good friend of mine who, we used to catch pay-per-views every once in a while. We hung out. We had a mutual friend that we all hung out together with, and obviously he started his journey in Hollywood, and now he's kind of made his up with the ranks, and he's a producer at Sony. And
wow,
he gave me a call out of the blue, and he's just like, hey man, I got this odd part, and I don't know, I feel like you'd be perfect for it. And I was like, all right, well, what is it? He goes, well, I work for PlayStation now. I'm like, oh, cool, and he goes, you remember the show Twisted Metal? And I was like, God, get out of here, man. He's like, yeah. And I think, we'd love for you to be, read for Needles Cane for Sweet Tooth. And I said, all right, man, cool. So we did the screen test, and they loved everything, and we started filming I guess last year, and it was a blast. It was a shoot. Anthony Mackie stars, and Stephanie Beatrix, and Thomas Hayden Church, and Nev Campbell. I mean, just all really amazing bunch of actors, and a really fun shoot. Jonathan Smith, he's writing the show. He did Cobra Kai and stuff, and it's I'm looking forward to it, man. And hopefully within the next few weeks, more and more will be coming out about it, and I'll be able to share more publicly.
You were very, very, I know your demeanor. This is typically the demeanor I see, even though I see the other side too. I see the charismatic side. You were very ho-hum about landing the role of Sweet Tooth, baby. That's crazy, man. That's one of my favorite video game characters of all time, man.
Like, I never played it because I was
we had our part. We celebrated a little bit. It was like, hey, but I think, like I said, when the first day I got into the truck, that was a really surreal.
That had to be right. Because listen, like I said, you've been like this in the wrestling world is one thing. You are a household name to the people that know. Like, let's be honest, like you as humble as you are, you've tied together a pretty solid career as a professional wrestler. You and I both know that, but Hollywood's a little bit different though, big man. You know what I mean? And you get this
super different.
What I'm saying, like to get that, there's going to be a different fan base that might not even know about what you've done in the ring. You know what I mean? Get to see you perform at this character, man. That gotta be surreal, right?
No, it is. And like I said, so yeah, my buddy Carter Swan. I got to shout him out real quick. Carter Swan. He's the man. Some of your favorite shows he's probably been involved in. So yeah, shout out to him. I mean, Hollywood's very different animal, very cool animal. It's very, very fun. So getting opportunity like this, and like I said, expanding the fan base and getting to see new people, start to enjoy what I do. I mean, it's always a fantastic opportunity. And I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, this whole process has been really, really fun. And it's been a blast, and it's a fun show to work on. So I'm anxious to share with the world what we're able to do.
Samoa Joe's like, listen, I ain't giving you shit. You think you gonna get the deed? You ain't getting shit.
Yeah, I'm on that steep NDA life now. A lot of stuff has to get weird now. So
No, but seriously, I just wanted to talk about it, just give you congratulations.
Yes, that's awesome.
It's one of the games I played. One of my earliest memories. You know what I mean? Playing on PlayStation 1 and just rocking out with my friends down in Alabama, and it just kind of takes me back when I seen it was going to drop. I was like, man, you get that feeling of nostalgia, and you remember where you were when you played those certain games. So it's just going to be awesome to see that come to life. But what is that? What you handle, Joey Head Rocker? Is that you? Is that your
me?
There's I seen a few clips. You are very, very like kind of cocky gamer though, man. You be
super cocky.
You use a little. I mean,
well, when you're dope, like that's what you do is you be cocky. You know what I mean? Like you can't be dope and like not cocky. I mean that's like the whole point of being dope, right? Like I'm the man, right? So like I'm the man. So like, what am I doing walking around not acting like it? I mean, this dude.
Okay.
I mean, 2 + 2 is still 4, right? I mean, sky's still blue, right?
So what's your video game of choice? I've seen a little quick clip of your gamer room. You are you seem like you got your head on straight. You got the lights, you got different variation of games. But what's your go-to game if you had a choice, if you had to pick one?
I mean, go-to game. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's split between two things. Obviously, we got a big fighting game faction of guys, especially in the industry, in the business process. So, Tekken is the competitive game of choice.
Okay.
For me at least, a little bit of a Street Fighter contingent. Starting to gain a little traction. Maybe 6 will change things around. Who knows? But so we're kind of Tekken based right now. But As far as stuff at home, I mean, obviously there's another contingent of us, some Call of Duty heads, who play some Warzone. We'll jump in a trio every once in a while and get crazy. So, I mean, nothing really earth shattering or crazy, kind of the basic stuff that I think everybody's messing with. But it changes up a lot.
What would happen? Longest Ring of Honor champion all around the world, done so many things. What would happen there? Like if Evan busted your ass in Tekken, what would happen? Because I'm Evan, and if I beat you in Tekken, what would that make me? I'd be like really good, right?
Yeah. Well, first off, I'd ask where you hid the Infinity Gauntlet, because that's the only way that's happening. We got to find that immediately, because that's dangerous. We got to get that out of the mix.
I'm about to pull it out. I've got Iron Man.
Well, that's the first thing we do. Secondly, you got to pinch yourself, because it's time to wake up, right? Right?
Yeah, he is.
We got to. How? Wait, this. Let's see, victory. Oh, and as you raise your arms, you go, hold up, and then pinch, and then we're back in reality, where the real world is, right? Where real things happen.
Yeah, see, I'm in reality. I already know that would never happen.
So,
Joe, baby,
I'm just saying, like if you win, right?
Yes.
Then you and me, we go in the backyard, we dig a hole, and we check on hell, and we see how cold it is, right? Because it must have froze over.
Remember earlier he said they're warriors. This is like, so I ain't messing with the warriors.
My wife's bailed on me, man. She's seen my work.
Well, she knows, because when you're talking crazy, nobody wants to be married to the crazy guy, right? Because he's out of his mind. He's over here talking. I'm trying, we represent each other, and he's not representing me very well because he's talking crazy. I can see why that happened.
Hell no! Listen. Before we wrap it up, though, give me your Mount Rushmore of video games, man. Not the Mount Rushmore of wrestlers and nothing like that. Give me who would you chisel out? What video games would you chisel out in stone?
I think let's go franchises, because I think that has bigger impact. I think you gotta go GTA. You gotta go Call of Duty. Okay. You have to go Final Fantasy series. I think is very everybody.
7's still my favorite.
Has a story. Well, not everybody's perfect. Once again, I mean, the more you talk, the more she gonna move across the screen. So
that's a damn shame.
That's just
that's a damn shame.
Yeah, let's stay together this podcast. All right. All right. So, what do we got? 3 more, I think.
One more.
Two more. Man, I think for RPG, I think Mass Effect. I think the Mass Effect games are pretty slow.
Wow.
Yeah, and
I'm an RPG type.
Yeah, are you RPG heads?
Yeah, I play all those kind of things. I'm on the Harry Potter stuff right now. That thing is massive.
And I mean, I think a lot of people say Fortnite because that's what everybody messes with. And stuff
everybody playing that.
I like to say this: I was an OG Fortnite player for the Battle Royale, the Founders Edition, which don't mean anything, by the way. I thought I'd be treated with respect by Fortnite. Oh, this guy, he donated to the GoFundMe. He's an OG. And then I remember I logged in after 3 years being off. They're like, hey, get your broken.
Oh, he was the people that brought it. You know what I mean? He brought it to y'all.
These days ain't got no respect.
Oh my God, yo, babe, do the run the true or false with Samoa Joe real quick.
Okay, where we go? Oh, okay. So true or false?
So this is true or false stuff that we located, and I just want you to confirm or call it false, because you know how the internet is. And I just want to make sure, because probably has a nice little story, because some of the stuff's very interesting to me.
Your parents own a Polynesian dance troupe.
True.
Oh, that's
Terra Productions, currently run by my brother, and now Tupua Productions. And
wow.
Oh, that's
going strong in Southern California.
Yo.
Your family performed at the 1984 Los Angeles Olympic Games.
True. Opening ceremony. My very first dancing experience on stage, because my father miscalculated how long it would take for a costume change to get off the 50-yard line and back onto the field.
Yo!
Wow.
So I remember he threw me out in front of that crowd and said, stall.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
How you look back on that? You look upon that fondly? Were you nervous? How do you look upon that back?
No, I'm not really nervous. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we all kind of literally grew up on stage, so
right.
It wasn't there wasn't any, I don't know, that butterflies were never a thing, because it was it just was that's what we do. That's
do it. Yeah, you gotta do it. Yeah.
All right. You used to be a mortgage broker.
For a small bit of time, yeah.
Oh wow. I used to be a real estate agent for.
There you go.
Yeah, see, so back in we used to ruin people's lives with really bad loans back in the day.
back in the day. You were related to The Rock.
No, I am not.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there we
That
go.
goes back. Everything comes back full circle.
You know,
full circle. Back in the beginning.
Oh
yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate your time, brother.
Yeah, no worries.
It really it was enlightening. So what would happen if Evan after he busted your ass in Tekken,
okay,
he then took you on the dance floor, one-on-one dance battle, and then busted your ass in that
and like a dance battle,
double.
Okay. Well, we would go check our supplies in the closet, right?
Okay.
Because the end of the world's coming, because that's.
So I said I'm moving over here.
Yeah. As we'd make sure we had enough food, like non-perishables, canned stuff, corn, stuff that lasts a while.
Yeah, the stuff that lasts. Yeah, you can just open
because the nuclear fire is about to be rained on the earth. Because why even keep going after that? You know what I'm saying?
Somebody is really crazy right now.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Out of his mind.
From one islander to another. I apologize.
Yeah. What is going on?
I knew if I put two islanders together, I knew this would happen. I knew it. Oh my God. My brother, I appreciate you taking the time and having some fun with us, man. That's it's a joy, man. I appreciate you.
Right on, man. Y'all take care.